What is going on? Welcome back to another video of Ecom Street Shorts. In this one, I jump on a Zoom call with Brandon Newman, aka Yengub, aka Yengub eCommerce. His YouTube is going to be linked below in the description. Brandon's been doing ecom for a long time now. He's a great friend of mine. We jump on the phone and we just talk about e-commerce kind of open-ended for the next 20, 30 minutes, however long it comes out to, about Facebook ads, where most people go wrong when scaling, how to choose a product, some big issues that you might run into with cash flow, all that good stuff. So I'm not going to do too much of a background story on Yengub. Let's jump right into the Zoom call now. Here we go. Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to yet another video of Ecom Street Shorts. Today, I'm here with Brandon, aka Yengub, who is widely known in the e-commerce space. He has his own YouTube channel. That's all going to be linked below. Brandon, what's up?
Hey there, yo, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Just to get straight to the point, we're going to cover in this video just like the basics of dropshipping, what got Brandon to dropshipping, some basic scaling strategies and just ad testing strategies, and maybe like where most dropshippers might go wrong when choosing products, niches, etc. So I guess let's start with what first got you into ecom, like when that was. I know it was a long time ago, but I forget when exactly. So let's start there.
Yeah, got into it about 2 years ago, around 2019, around like late. No, it's honestly been so long, but early 2019. At the start of 2019.
Gotcha.
That was when I was in university, my second year university, and then I dropped out to just like pursue dropshipping full time because I basically like failed my first year, and then my second year I was halfway through it, and I was like, okay, this is it for me. I'm gonna drop out, and if dropshipping doesn't work, then I'm gonna go back to school. So I had like a year in between to do everything.
Nice. Yeah, I was in school. A little bit of a different story for
Yeah.
me. I was in school for marketing, like a marketing BBA at Sheridan here for like I think 3 or 4 days, and then fourth day I was just in there, and it was like the first like marketing class of like the week, and just like the things they were talking about and everything. Like I wasn't being arrogant or like naive, but I just knew that wasn't like the right way of teaching. Like I think there's been studies shown that like teaching through lecture is like the least effective way of actually teaching compared to like examples and like telling stories and of course just like executing actually. So I said fuck this, I dropped out as well. What do you think first got you into that? Like was it like a YouTube video, or like did you see it as an opportunity? Or
Um, that's a good question. I think like I was literally searching up like how to make money online one day, then stumbled over forums, like this one forum, like a tech forum, and there's like a how to make money section, and then I was like desperate as fuck. So like I eventually saw, I was like, oh, Shopify, make $500 a day, real technique, like super scammy headline, but like it works, right?
right. Okay, so now like like a year and a half or 2 years down the line, like uh you've done quite a bit with dropshipping. Like you kind of share some stuff on like your YouTube about that. What would you say is like the biggest like mistake dropshippers first make? I guess like we were kind of talking about like niche selection earlier and like saturation, but what do you think?
I want to almost say it's like a mindset thing too, like in a way, like they're just I feel like some dropshippers aren't taking it like seriously, like business model seriously and their skills seriously. They're treating it as like a I'm gonna make money. I just need to find one product. It's like the same thing as like, yo, I'm gonna find that YOLO stock. That's all I need. I just need that one stock to like pop off. And then they're not really working on their like skills fundamentally. And then like if drop shipping like disappeared in like a day, they would be like left with like nothing because they didn't really like all they care about is finding a product and scaling. But then like the real like where the real money comes is like your skill, right?
Right.
And then you can apply it to like your personal brand or like creating funnels and like make money with pretty much anything, like sales, right? Like, okay, you're gonna talk to people, sell like mentorships, courses, like even knowing how to sell helps you with like the marketing in a way too.
No, that makes complete sense. I'm pretty much like on the same page as you. Like a lot of people just go into it without like that business like mindset, and it's okay if like you first start with like that whole like I'm gonna get this winner, but like after a month or two you should realize that this is a real business, there is real problems, especially like if you think it's hard when like you're not scaling and like you're low. It's like 20 times harder when you are at scale. Like I feel like people think yeah, once it's big, once I'm doing 10K a day, like it's easier, it's harder. So if you can't even like manage and like fundamentally grasp the stuff at $0 a day, like when you're doing big numbers, like you're literally just gonna crumple.
That's so true. Yeah, yeah. Like course, like people need to get like their feet off the ground. But then like as they scale, it's like if you keep following those, let's say like for example, like you're doing a Facebook marketplace to like make money, and then like you're trying to scale that. But I was like, dude, that doesn't work at scale. That's like a free strategy that you're gonna use to make money, and then you're gonna take that money. And now it's like, okay, what's the next level? It's like, okay, now learn to use Facebook ads, so that's more scalable. Or like let's say like they're using YouTube clips to stitch videos together. That's like the free strategy, right? He's like, is that going to work at scale? No. Was like, why? Is like you're gonna get Facebook banned. Like your success rate is super low because like just think about it. Like YouTube clips, like it just makes sense, right? Like of course it works, but like at scale and like if you want like more consistency throughout like a certain period of time, then like just create your own. It's like next level other than like next level up from YouTube is like creating your own videos and then um just like using more capital, right? Because like use more capital to grow, right? And obviously,
Yeah.
like even Facebook is like, oh, you want to scale like 10K days, okay, spend 5K, and like you want to get more successful, like product testing, like okay, spend more money, like just like use the money you made
I'm
like
with you.
originally, just like invest it back in.
I'm with you. Yeah. And I constantly preach that too. That part you were saying about creatives and the whole YouTube thing. Like I feel like a lot of people spend a lot of time like choosing their product, making their store and finding like their lookalikes that work best, which is all very important. Like that's obviously
Mm-hmm.
like gonna help you scale. But the most important thing in my opinion is like the actual creative, the content, the
Yeah,
ad. Like I'm pretty convinced that you could sell almost anything in this world if you have that creativity. Like I
I
think
agree.
once like there was a meme or something with like an egg on it with like a white background, just like an egg, and it got like 3 billion likes or something like that, just with the creative marketing behind it. Obviously, it's a terrible example, but like I've seen so many brands just take things that are like saturated, I guess you will say, like people say saturated, and just switch it up rather by creating a brand new angle that no one even thought of before, or just going to a different platform like TikTok, Snapchat, which is incredible, and just monetizing there. Because a lot of people, like another mistake I think is that people like limit themselves to only Facebook when starting, which was good back in 2018 and 19. But now I think it's different. I think now like people will start to begin testing products solely on TikTok or Snapchat, and also of course Facebook. But
Really now, I don't really like place like a big emphasis on like the Facebook strategies. It's like I think Facebook is really smart. I think like if you place some more emphasis on the actual product itself and the creative, and then there's a market for it, then you're just running ads like to like like literally just broad like a broad audience like interest, and then just spending money, gain the data, and then it'll like gain momentum. As long as there's like a market, is a good product, and your margins are good, you're gonna get sales no matter what, right? Like on Facebook. And then like you spend more, and now you're figuring out like, okay, this is my like cost per purchase for this whole funnel. Okay, so like how to reduce it is either you're gonna attack at a logistics level, and you can attack this many ways. If it's a heavier product you ship like US, that's like super easy way to like cut costs for like heavier products. Or if it's like the marketing level, it's like should I like optimize your landing page? But I think like really good place to start optimization is actually at the creative level, because that's where people start anyways in your whole journey. And there's something called like, I'm getting like off topic rambling, but there's something called like message matching. So like people are clicking your ad for like a reason, right? There's like an offer that stood out, like maybe product stood out, something stood out, and then they go into your landing page, and like a lot of drop beginner mistake is like someone has like a really it's someone has like an ad that says one thing and the offer is one thing. They go into the website and everything is different, right? Like maybe they're using really short, simple copy. It could be something as like a short, simple copy on their creative, and then they go onto the landing page and it's way too confusing. It's like, wait, the type of people you're hooking into your video and getting interested aren't people that are reading long form copy. So like, why would you use long form copy on your product page, right? You know what where I'm getting, like it's like,
yeah,
yeah, it's like the value proposition in the video too, and then like you go onto the product page and there's like a million value propositions, and people are like, wait, I came here for one thing and now there's like a million things here. Like I don't care about these things.
and then they're too overwhelmed, so they bounce.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've never heard of that message matching. Maybe I have, but that makes complete sense. Like
Mhm.
with our brands, we try keeping copy usually like maybe like 2 to 4 lines, and then our descriptions are also like unless it's something that like needs a lot of explaining, like if like
Mhm.
there's instructions or something. But if you're selling just like watches or hoodies or something like that, like there shouldn't be a whole need to create like a whole funnel or like those posture correctors. Like I still
Yeah,
see people running it and they're like explaining every feature in detail, like a whole segment on just how the strap's adjustable. But like people know that. Like you don't have to over explain it.
yeah, and there's like stages of awareness. Like there's so much things that go into.
A certain criteria. So ads, I agree. Everything should be broad. I think Facebook
Oh,
is smart. What's up?
oh, criteria for like Facebook testing. Sorry, I think I cut you off.
Sure. You talk about Facebook testing, or we can talk about product if that's easier. Product selection.
Oh, product selection. And I made a video on it. There's like the way you find products is the same way you do like market research, and like that's where people like the way people are getting taught on like YouTube by like these gurus that are like, oh God, I like kind of cringe. It's like test as much like, but like the point there is like they're just like a volume game. Like eventually you're gonna hit something, right? Uh, but like if you really want to like get technical, it's like you're doing the same type of research that you would with like a market, like making sure there's like a good quality audience and there's like, okay, like how much people are selling this is like, are they making money? If there's like a lot of brands and stuff, then like of course they're making money. And then like you also see like the potential you have with that one product and how like scalable it could be.
I'm with you.
Um, then what else? I don't know, it's usually pretty simple. It's just like creative. Like you can sell anything. Like Facebook literally does so much of the heavy lifting that you just need to find like a good product, like make sure it has a good audience, good price point. Um, and your creative is super important.
A lot of people approach volume. They preach volume. They say, always test a lot of products. Like don't spend your time on just one or two. Like test like 60 a week and you'll find one. And in theory, that might sound logical. But I've played victim to that. I tested like maybe 45 to like 60 products before I actually found one that actually like made me like big like money. Of course, some made you money, some like you lose some, so like it kind of
Yeah,
evens
yeah,
out sometimes. But like to find like ones that actually hit you, you gotta spend your time with it most of the time, like actually stick with it. Or else like sure you can have like a quick fast month, but like the banks don't like that. Like no one likes seeing, like you want to have
yeah,
a consistency.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, test you just find like a few products that make you millions and millions rather than testing like 40 products that are like all 10,000 winners. Is like, dude, I'm gonna just invest in something I know is winning hard right now. Then the only thing I know is there's not good creatives out there. Like it's like you find products a lot of the time. Let's say like on AdSpy, you look back into like 2018, 2019, you're like, oh look at this is a winner. I'm gonna test it again. And then the ads usually look like complete shit from like 2018, 2019, but like it worked there anyways because like everyone doesn't know about it. Then you tested it like in 2020, 2021, and then it's like complete shit. And then you're like, fuck, okay, maybe I need to renew creative. You go on YouTube, complete shit creatives too. But like that product works actually. Like, and you go on like Amazon, find like a lot of listings for it, a lot of reveals, multiple competitors, and there's like consistent market for it. But it just lacks that that creative part. Like, there's no good creatives and there's no one running good creatives for it. So then I was like, just like invest like 2,000 instead of like testing 40 products that are super shit that only make you $10,000. I mean, or like 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. But then like people obviously like everyone knows like everyone's been like it's not sustainable and the consistency is like it's like a headache and it's a rat race in itself. Yeah,
I
and then
think
the people preaching that like test a lot of products. I'm like, okay, what's your actual goal with like dropshipping and stuff? It's like I just wanna make money and invest in like do some other shit. Like there's things on ecom, right? It's just like okay, I'm like, okay, dropship is like a money grab thing. They aren't really trying to scale it to like they aren't trying to like really master e-commerce, just like trying to use it to generate cash flow. Dude, definitely different type of gurus now too. It's like Verum. I've not seen like a lot of Verum.
yeah,
Like 2019, 2020 is like Gabriel and all that stuff is like, and then like last year is like Verum. Now it's like I feel like there's like a void, like a straight void for like
there is.
us to go in there.
My crazy little theory is that this year and maybe even like Q1, Q2 next year, people are going to be starting a lot more brands, like real brands, like brands that we like actual brands, not drop shipping general stores. And so many people are going to start it. E-commerce is going to boom. Many people are going to be left behind. And the people who get left behind are going to go into new industries like software as a service. And my crazy theory is that there's going to be like a Shopify that like the Shopify of software that allows people to write software and generate code like with like cookie cutter
Interesting.
templates, like cookie cutter, just like here you go, like very templated, very easy to code. Like you can do whatever you want. You can do any request or call, whatever you want, just like with ease. And then software as a service is gonna blow up.
Do
And there's
need
gonna
that.
be,
Need that.
maybe there's gonna be a bunch of unicorns, like a lot more venture capital, all that stuff could go down. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just my opinion. Like e-commerce will still always be around. Like Amazon will like forever be around because they're always innovating as well. That's a whole other video. But I feel like a lot more brands are gonna be started. So if you start
Yup.
now, in Q1 of 2021, you'll probably still be ahead of the curve, and like you won't get like ran over with all of, like Facebook will be done by then as well, probably. I think like Snapchat and TikTok are really big.
Dude, yeah, it's definitely getting harder. Like it gets harder, like online space, it gets harder like every other month. Like it just there's something that goes on. Policies become harder. Like it's the policy thing that's making things harder. Um, and then with dropshipping now, I'm like, dude, I'm kind of scared because just like when people come to me and they're like, what is dropshipping? How do I start? I'm like, dude, I don't know what dropshipping is, bro. Like I feel like if I tell you to do AliExpress in the traditional way, I'm gonna set you up for failure. So if you can like push yourself through all that like headache, then like you're good. It's just I don't know, like it's been like a while. Like 2 years ago, it was definitely a different space when it started. Now it's like I'm not in that space. I don't know what's going on with everyone. Like I read the chat, I'm like everyone looks like they're like dying from like Facebook bans and like they're struggling to find products and they're just like burning money. I'm just like, dude, I'm scared to like just a disclaimer, it works. But just treat it as like business model. Please just work on your skills and then take it slow in a way. But like I don't know. It's like I don't know. I mean we turned out fine. But like I would definitely transition into like some kind of like hybrid private label. And the reason for that is just like good side of Facebook, good side of payment processors, and just best practice as a marketer.
I think even like selling on Amazon still like valid. Of course, it's way harder and competitive, and there's big fees and stuff. But I think selling on Amazon is also nowhere close to like being dead. Versus like these like random pop-up stores on Facebook, like I think
Yeah.
those are just gonna be gone soon.
I found with Attentive, they I ignore the emails every time I see them. Like they want to talk to me, and then I'm just like, I'll just forward it to one of my partners. But then one day they're like, "Oh, we sent you coffee. Here it is." I was like, I see in the headlines. I was like, "Okay, I'll open it." And I was like, "Okay, now I'm obligated to like reply to them." I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna do that every time. Like I want to like maintain that relationship. I would just send coffee to people."
But did
I
they
was like,
actually
"That's
say,
so."
wait? They actually sent you coffee or no?
Yeah, they sent me like a coffee gift card. I was like, "Wow, that is so cool. You guys are like awesome. I'm gonna do that for everyone I meet because I think that's such like a great gesture."
Yeah, I think in the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, I think it's that book. There was like a car salesman, and he was one of the best in the country. And one of his main strategies was just sending Christmas cards to every single customer every single year. Every single customer got a card, and it just said like you're beautiful, or like you're cool, like something very basic. And that was one of his like recurring strategies to just work because it's so generous. Like like I think maybe said like their first name, so like Henry, you are cool, or something like that. I forget what it said, but it worked. Like just that
That's so
generosity.
cool. That's so interesting.
All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap the call up right here. We kind of got off topic a little bit, but still a lot of gold nuggets were dropped in this video. If you're still sticking around, thanks a lot. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm gonna drop Brandon's channel link below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. All right, guys, video's over. If you're still sticking around, thanks so much for watching. Just one more thing I want to mention. If you are an entrepreneur of any sort, you're a beginner, you're an expert, you're somewhere in the middle, and you want to be in a community that has a lot of like-minded people that are doing e-commerce, starting their own, software as a service companies, and everything in between there, feel free to join my Discord server. Each and every single day, people are coming in and joining my server and just interacting. You don't even have to talk too much. A lot of people just join and like to listen in on what we're talking about. Look at all the resources that I have in there. There's a lot of channels in there talking about things like investing and e-commerce and software. And of course, all my YouTube videos are in there, and I'm always in there giving you gold nuggets. So if you want to join, that link is below. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.